Welcome back to the channel. Are you ready for this? I highly recommend listening alone, preferably with headphones, for a truly immersive experience. Let's get started. As I walked into the kitchen, I saw my cousin holding my fiancé's tool in her hands. The story I'm about to share is true, and I deeply regret the choices I've made. I'm hoping you can give me some guidance because I'm completely lost. My name is Maya, I'm 27, and I'll be graduating in 2024 with a degree in physical therapy. I live in Los Angeles, but I'm originally from San Francisco. I'm engaged to Ethan, who is in the same field and works at a prestigious clinic here in the city. He often treats high-level athletes that you've probably seen on TV or on social media. I've always been a free spirit. Before Ethan, I went through a wild phase, living life to the fullest without thinking about the consequences. I wanted to experience everything, live life to the fullest, without worrying about the future. My partner in crime during this time was my cousin, Ashley. She was always there for me, cheering me on, sharing all our crazy adventures. Ashley and I were inseparable, always partying together, side by side on every adventure. Our connection was so intense that, in one of those reckless moments, we ended up hooking up with the same guy. But let me be clear, there was nothing between us. We never touched. We simply shared the experience as close friends, enjoying the moment together, including the most intimate ones. It was a time of pure fun and freedom, with few rules or concerns. It was at one of these parties that my life took a turn. Ashley introduced me to Cole. They were childhood friends who had recently reconnected. The moment Ashley introduced us, something unexpected happened. Cole and I started talking, and I felt an instant, undeniable chemistry that I had never experienced before. It wasn't just physical attraction, it was something deeper. That night, I realized I was falling in love for the first time. After that, everything changed. I lost interest in parties and casual dating. Cole became my focus. I knew he was unlike any man I had ever met. It was like I had finally found what I was looking for without even realizing it. Early on in my relationship with Cole, a nagging doubt began to creep in. Knowing my cousin Ashley's history and how close she and Cole were, I couldn't shake the question, had they been involved in the past? The thought plagued me, and I knew I needed to deal with it before I could move on. So I had a serious talk with Ashley, asking her point blank if she had ever been with him. I knew that if she said yes, I wouldn't be able to continue being with Cole, much less consider marrying him. Ashley vehemently denied it. She assured me that she would never do that to me, that she would never let me fall in love with someone she had been with. But despite her assurances, a seed of doubt remained. Knowing my cousin the way I did, I knew that Cole was exactly the kind of man she had always been attracted to: strong, handsome, charming, and financially secure. Despite her denials, the worry never completely dissipated. The situation worsened when we started planning our engagement party. I was incredibly excited and wanted it to be an unforgettable celebration, a grand final hurrah before we settled down to married life. We spared no expense, hiring a fantastic band, top-notch catering, professional waitstaff, and even some dancers to entertain the single guests. After all, Cole had a lot of single friends and we wanted everyone to have a great time. Planning this party was a dream come true, and I was determined to make it perfect. On the day of the party, everything went perfectly. The decor was impeccable, reflecting our style and the significance of the occasion. The food was exquisite, catering to all tastes, and the band kept the atmosphere lively, and my vibrant cousin, Ashley, was in her element, dancing with everyone, especially Cole's single friends. She commanded attention, radiating energy and drawing all eyes. I, however, began to feel a growing unease, particularly with her flirtatious behavior. After dancing for what felt like hours, I was exhausted. I slipped away to my room to swap my heels for more comfortable sandals. When I returned, I saw Cole and Ashley dancing together. They were incredibly close, their bodies moving in sync, and it caught my attention, but I tried not to overthink it. It's just dancing, I told myself. As the party wound down, the guests began to depart. The band was the first to leave, followed by Ashley's friends. Soon, it was just Cole, Ashley, and me. We decided to keep the party going, enjoying the tail end of the night. We sat at the kitchen table, chatting and reliving the highlights of the evening. Ashley mentioned needing a phone charger, and I, already feeling weary, asked Cole to grab mine from my bag in my room. I stayed at the table, scrolling through my phone, watching videos, and looking at photos from the night. After a while, I realized they were taking an unusually long time. Then, Ashley reappeared, asking if I wanted a snack. Cole was preparing something. I accepted and waited. When they still didn't return, a sense of unease settled over me. I decided to go to the kitchen. What I saw there stopped me dead in my tracks. Cole and Ashley were locked in a passionate kiss against the kitchen counter. It was a scene I hadn't anticipated in my wildest dreams. A maelstrom of emotions erupted within me, a confusing mix of desire and jealousy, a sensation I'd never experienced before. I stood frozen, watching them. Something held me back from intervening. Perhaps it was the alcohol, or maybe it was a lingering memory of my past, reckless self. A part of me was morbidly curious to see how far they would go. After a moment that felt like an eternity, they broke apart, likely realizing they might be discovered. I quickly retreated, hurrying back to the living room, trying to appear nonchalant. My heart pounded in my chest, and my mind raced with conflicting thoughts. Cole returned shortly after, carrying a tray of snacks. He acted as if everything was perfectly normal. Still reeling from what I'd witnessed, I did something completely unexpected. I called Ashley back to the kitchen and invited her to join us. She hesitated briefly, then accepted. That night, my fiancé stayed with both of us. It was an unprecedented experience. I assumed Ashley would slip away early, but she stayed the night. She left a text message on my phone the next morning, saying the night had been crazy but that she'd had a great time. Cole didn't mention anything at all. We both acted as if nothing out of the ordinary had occurred. But things began to shift a few weeks later. Cole approached me with a request I never could have imagined. He wanted to recreate the experience with Ashley, but this time in a more planned, deliberate way. I was stunned. We had a huge argument, and my suspicions about their past intensified. I confronted Ashley, and she coldly threw it back in my face that I'd been a willing participant that night and therefore had no right to complain. The situation spiraled out of control. Now, I'm completely lost. I don't know if I should stay with Cole or end things entirely. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video.